Hello everyone. Welcome to my bold and the beautiful gossip channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Before we dive into today's content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and show some love by giving this video a thumbs up. Things take up where we left out the week before. Edge demands to Carter that there's a spot for him at Forrester Manifestations. On the off chance that he tears up the desk work and, basically, dumps Trust, Edge says he's offering Carter an unbelievable chance, one he's unsure the CEO merits. "I need you here," says Edge, adding that everybody at the organization sees that Carter has become lost. He really wants to quit shielding Trust and her line. "What do you say?" asked Edge. "Perceived," answers Carter, yet not acknowledged. Carter says Edge is transforming Trust into a substitute, yet entirely he's off base. "This was me," enthusiastically. "It was me, your dearest companion." Even as Edge keeps attempting to nail the fault to Trust, Carter assumes total ownership for the upset. Adopting another strategy, Edge recommends that Carter is absurd to think Trust loves him. "Out of nowhere, she's enamored with you. She's known you quite a while, yet presently you're the main individual for her." Edge proposes Trust is utilizing him, which Carter clearly dismisses. Edge inquires as to whether Carter will discard everything, including his vocation and their kinship, on account of Trust. "You're discarding everything, your entire life for her?" "You flipped out." "So I've flown off the handle since I defended what's right?" muses Carter. In any case, Edge counters that there's nothing right about deceiving one's closest companion. Edge portrays Trust as a conspiring temptress who wormed her direction into Carter's head and inspired him to organize an upset. "You know right from wrong." "Trust doesn't," says the co-president. Carter isn't horrendously shocked, saying that at whatever point something turns out badly, Edge and Steffi figure out how to fault Logan. To be expected, however. That is learned way of behaving from your mom. Carter says the Logans merit better. Just to have his previous BFF run down the number of the Logans assumed significant parts in the organization, including Brooke. "Bravo," praises Carter. "You gave her some fake leader group position. That is exceptionally liberal of you. She ought to be chief, not Steffi." He brings up that when Brooke was in control, she settled on proof-based choices, calling Steffi and Edge's wiping out of Trust line frivolous. Edge grins. "You just applauded at me," he says, smiling fiendishly. "You want to run this organization better than me, isn't that right? Truly, I might want to see you attempt. Yet, that won't occur, since this little takeover endeavor has fizzled hopelessly. Furthermore, presently, sibling, now is the ideal time to follow through on the cost." At the lodge, Trust is naturally enraged that her mother, after snooping on her and Carter, went racing to Edge. "You had no issue taking power back such an extremely long time prior," says Trust, "since you understood what you were doing was appropriate for the organization." Expectation adds that for quite a long time she heard about how brutal Stephanie was to Brooke. "Presently, Steffi is doing likewise to me," the more youthful lady says, recommending that Carter set them in the situation to steer the organization toward another path. Presently, he chances losing everything. Brooke calls attention to that expectation and Carter knew the dangers. "In any case, we hadn't done anything yet," reminds Trust, adding that not at all like Carter, she had everything to gain by going for it, what with previously having been terminated. Carter simply believed an opportunity should show Steffi and Edge what he could do, says Trust. "What you and Carter did wasn't simply a misconception," says Brooke. "It was deliberate, it was determined, it was malignant. Trust demands that is false. This was not a simple choice for us to make," she keeps saying. They typically carry on honestly, however felt violated so often by Forrester. Certainly, Carter is CEO, yet Edge and Steffi demand blind steadfastness. "No," says Brooke, "they anticipate that he should go about his business. Sure, he can try out thoughts, yet toward the day's end, he's not the person who settles on conclusive choices." Trust has a go at making her mother see that Carter isn't simply following up for her benefit yet in the interest of the multitude of long shots at Forrester manifestations. Regardless of what Edge says, Carter won't quit battling. Brooke concedes that what Trust has done truly irritates her. That you would try and follow through with something like this, particularly now, honey, now that the fact of the matter is out. Interpretation. With everybody now mindful of Trust's contribution with Carter, Steffi could understand that she truly fell on top of Finn rather than an endeavored enchantment. Yet presently, Edge and Steffi are never going to trust you. Trust says, basically, enormous whoop, bringing up that the LLC administrative work could make Edge and Steffi immaterial. That's what Brooke destroys, saying that Justin can most likely kill the sham administrative work. As the episode attracts to a nearby, Trust says that Carter is an imperatively significant piece of Forrester manifestations. I will take a risk, counters Brooke, and say after today, he was a fundamentally significant part. And at that exact second, Edge is inquiring as to whether, when Carter came to work that morning, he saw the sign on the structure. It's been there quite a while. It says Forrester manifestations on it. As in Eric Forrester, Edge Forrester, Steffi Forrester. This is our heritage. We will leave this for our children, for our grandchildren. Did you, any place on that sign, see your name or Trust's name? No, you know why. Since this seemingly insignificant detail that you're attempting to do here. The main thing it did was drive me mad and think I never ought to have confided in you in any case. Who do you assume you are? He happens about Trust finding a seat at her kitchen table plotting and upset. And there's Carter, large, solid, brimming with honesty. Correct, Representative, isn't that so? Just you're not. You're simply an infatuated little dog who's fond of waking alone. You're simply some person, and I'm permitted you to sell out me on such countless various levels. Carter doesn't withdraw, saying he did how he needed to safeguard the lady he adores. Asking Edge, what are you going to do about it? Lawrence Holy Person Victor the Intense and the Delightful Set CBS TV City Los Angeles, K. 1023/24, C. Howard Wise/2studios.com 310-657-9661 episode hashtag 9413 US air date 12 seconds/24. Edge proposes Carter hold tight a second then, at that point, says, it is right there. I just got it done. I continued on from my CEO, my lawyer and my dearest companion. You're terminated, Carter. You're not wanted here any longer. Escape my office. Escape my structure. Escape my life. She's known you a long time, but now you're the only man for her. Ridge suggests Hope is using him, which Carter obviously balks at. Ridge asks if Carter is going to throw away everything, including his career and their friendship, because of Hope. You're throwing it all away, your whole life for her. You've lost your mind. So I've lost my mind because I stood up for what's right? Muses Carter. But Ridge counters that there's nothing right about betraying one's best friend. Ridge makes Hope out to be a scheming seductress who wormed her way into Carter's head and got him to stage a coup. You know right from wrong. Hope does not, says the co-CEO. Carter isn't terribly surprised, saying that whenever something goes wrong, Ridge and Steffi find a way to blame Logan. Not surprising though, that's learned behavior from your mother. Carter says the Logans deserve better, only to have his former BFF run down how many of the Logans play major roles in the company, including Brooke. Bravo, applauds Carter. You gave her some funny executive team position. That's very generous of you. She should be CEO, not Steffi. He points out that when Brooke was in charge, she made evidence-based decisions, calling Steffi and Ridge's cancellation of Hope's line petty. Ridge smirks. You just clapped your hands at me, he says, grinning wickedly. You think you can run this company better than me, don't you? Honestly, I'd like to see you try. But that's not going to happen, because this little takeover attempt has failed miserably. And now, brother, it's time to pay the price. At the cabin, Hope is understandably furious that her mom, upon eavesdropping on her and Carter, went running to Ridge. "You had no problem taking power back all those years ago," says Hope, "because you knew what you were doing was right for the company." Hope adds that for years she heard all about how cruel Stephanie was to Brooke. "Now, Steffi is doing the same thing to me," the younger woman says, suggesting that Carter put them in the position to take the company in a new direction. Now, he risks losing it all. Brooke points out that Hope and Carter knew the risks. "But we hadn't done anything yet," reminds Hope, adding that unlike Carter she had nothing to lose, what with already having been fired. "Carter just wanted a chance to show Steffi and Ridge what he could do," says Hope. "What you and Carter did wasn't just a misunderstanding," says Brooke. "It was purposeful. It was calculated. It was malicious." Hope insists that's not true. "This was not an easy decision for us to make," she continues, saying they usually play by the rules, but felt wronged so many times by Forrester. "Sure, Carter is CEO, but Ridge and Steffi insist upon blind loyalty." "No," says Brooke, "they expect him to do his job. Sure, he can pitch ideas, but at the end of the day, he's not the one who makes final decisions." Hope tries making her mom see that Carter isn't just acting on her behalf, but on behalf of all the underdogs at Forrester Creations. No matter what Ridge says, Carter won't stop fighting. Brooke admits that what Hope has done really bothers her. That you would even do something like this, especially now, honey, now that the truth is out. Translation. With everyone now aware of Hope's involvement with Carter, Steffi might realize that she really did fall on top of Finn as opposed to an attempted seduction. But now, Ridge and Steffi are never going to trust you. Hope says, essentially, big whoop, pointing out that the LSC paperwork could make Ridge and Steffi irrelevant. Brooke shoots that down, saying that Justin will no doubt be able to shoot down the bogus paperwork. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates.